and let us all do we can to build a better future.
We return back to Maui. And there's reasons why I'm returning back to this story, because I find it shocking just how quick it's being dismissed. Now, obviously, there's always going to be tragedies and disasters because this is planet Earth and we are on a tilted axis, so nothing is ever perfect. But as always, we have to remember what happened in Maui. This was the most devastating fire in U.S. history. American citizens lost their lives. And all the institutions, all the leaders, everyone that was in a position of power failed the people of Maui. This isn't open for discussion or debate. The people of Maui were failed. And yes, life does go on and the world has to continue moving forward. But there are so many questions left unanswered. Why was the water not working? Why were the sirens not working? Why wasn't anyone responsible enough to protect the people? And so, good friend of the show, Craig Jardula, is on the ground again. Again, he is systematically posting these videos. He's been doing phenomenal work. I'm urging everyone to please follow him on his Twitter account and go to his YouTube page, The Convo Couch, if you're not subscribed to it already. They're doing great work, and I want to give credit where credit is due, because this is fundamentally important. We need more independent voices out there. And so I want to just acknowledge what's happening here. This is a short minute clip in regards towards what the people are doing. And that is obviously stepping up where our institutions have failed, where local people are helping out the local people. So let's play this video in its full entirety. This is like one of the relief areas that was set up, not by officials, but by people.
Tell me how it works, the whole system. Like somebody comes in, hey, man, I'm a local, or they're known, or we're not.
You know, we're trying to, what we're trying to do is digress from asking too many questions.
Yeah.
For one, people are going through trauma. Number two, people have, you know, maybe ego issues, whatever it is. If you feel like you need to come in and grab something, or you feel like you need something, we don't ask questions where it's going, why you need it, what it's for. If you are coming in, you pick up a bag, you grab pretty much whatever you need.
Yeah.
All the way down the line.
It's all these canned goods. Let me just get this here and stuff. Wow. And you can just grab this produce, everything.
We've got fresh mahi and ahi that's going to be cooked up for dinner tonight.
So what is the area which people can donate directly to you guys to help this mutual aid beautifulness take place?
So it's called honokawairelief.com.
Yeah.
This actually started from a media group in Canada. It's called Rebel News.
Oh, I know who Rebel News is.
Yeah.
All right. So look, obviously this is some good stuff here, and I'm encouraging everyone.
Tell me how it works.
Oops, sorry. Let me just pause it right here. So again, if you're not following Pasta right now on Twitter, please do so. Again, this is another image of the aftermath of the devastating fire. So many people lost their lives because of this. It's an absolute war zone. And because of this crisis, because of this disaster, you have vulture capitalists, you have celebrities now jumping in on this. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson are finally getting pushback. More and more people are upset. This is an article from The Insider that came out yesterday. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Oprah Winfrey face backlash for asking fans to donate to Maui Fund instead of contributing more themselves. Now, Sabrina did a fantastic breakdown of this Maui's People's Fund that Oprah and The Rock supposedly set up. Now, when they did this, they said that they were going to be putting in $10 million of their own money. Now, what they didn't tell you is that that $10 million was to set up the institution and the infrastructure for said fundraiser. But guess who's being asked for money? That's right. If you're sitting down on the John, if you're driving to work, if you're just listening to Hard Lens Media right now in your living room, you, that's right, you, I'm talking to you. They're asking you for money. I got $5 in my wallet. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Oprah Winfrey, you have millions upon millions of dollars. Oprah's a billionaire, for Christ's sakes. What the hell? So, again, it's interesting to see mainstream media do an article about this. So, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Oprah Winfrey launched a relief fund to help aid local residents who were affected by the wildfires that ravaged large sections of Maui, Hawaii. But viewers hit back and asked why the celebrity duo couldn't donate more of their own millions instead of appealing to the people with less money. Again, look, not to romanticize antiquity, but I can't help but remember HBO's Rome, which was a classic series where the great Octavian actually gave Caesar's will, the money, to the people. Now, of course, Mark Antony started beating Octavian, but nonetheless, I think we all know who won the war after that. But seriously, Oprah, The Rock, there's nothing stopping you at all, period, of donating your own money. So, obviously, we all know what happened in August with the devastating fires. But as of September 3rd, the fire in Lahaina had been contained, while fires in Olinda and Kula were 90% and 95% contained, respectively, according to a statement published by the County of Maui. Now, on August 31st, the pair posted a video to their millions upon millions of followers on the Instagrams, in which Winfrey could be seen standing beside Johnson as they introduced the People's Fund of Maui, which they said aimed to help raise money for local residents affected by the tragedy. Oh my goodness gracious Cretaceous. Now, we're not going to play that video. Now, in the video, she said the pair had been inspired by Dolly Parton's philanthropy and believed people were skeptical about how to help Maui residents, so they created a fund where people could donate and the money would go directly to the people who needed it. A lengthy caption alongside the post stated that every adult resident who was displaced by the wildfires in Lahaina and Kula would be eligible to receive a whopping $1,200 per month to help them through this period of recovery. While on paper, $1,200 sounds nice, that ain't going to do jack. It sounds nice, but it's going to disappear. Up in the air. Woo-hoo. Going away. Bye-bye. You know? And again, I still can't get over the fact that this administration sends $700 to the residents of Maui. Number one, how are they going to get it? And number two, $700, one-time deal. And yet, frickin' Ukraine. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to once again rag on Ukraine. I don't care about that country, okay? I don't care about the counteroffense. I don't care about Ukraine. I don't care because they're not American citizens. I stopped caring. I don't care about Putin. I don't care about Russia. I care about American citizens and how we're getting screwed over. And yet some foreign country is getting billions of aid in infrastructure and so much more. I don't care. I care more about the people of Maui, and I don't know anyone from Maui, okay? Because they're U.S. citizens. $700, one-time deal. Brilliant move, Democrats. Brilliant freaking move. Again, I'm not going to read one of the quotes because obviously I don't care about reading about Oprah and The Rock. So the upload received more than 60,000 comments, many of which appear to oppose the idea of wealthy celebrities appealing to regular working people to provide additional funds. Now, I'm just going to change things up here real quick because guess what? Do you think Oprah and The Rock have thick skin? Well, I hate to break it to you, my sunshines, my mornings, my lovelies. After an overwhelming backlash, Oprah and The Rock have disabled comments in their People's Fund of Maui. What? So first of all, this lovely person, I don't know who she is. These comments give me hope that people are waking up. Another person, you've got to be kidding. You're worth $2 billion. Why don't you give back to your community? Funny how your house didn't burn down. That is rather suspicious. Hey, let's have democracy in the chat. I know, controversial statement. What the hell is democracy? Type 1 if you think, no, kid, it's not suspicious that rich people's homes didn't catch on fire. Now, obviously, there might be one comment here and there that will say, oh, you know, they better maintain their land. There's not a lot of brush fire. I get it. But type 2, no, it is kind of suspicious how all them rich folks' homes didn't get burnt down and how all those rich folks' homes are still working and have all the wonderful luxuries. Because I find it freaking suspicious. Just a little bit suspicious. Maybe that's me. But I trust you, the audience, because all of you are lovely, beautiful people. This person, hey, Oprah, where's the kids? That's another thing. There's a lot of missing people, including children. Where are they? Oh, People's Fund amount. Oh my goodness. Well, surprisingly, they've raised about $768,000 out of $1 million. And at number 2, comments on this post have been limited. I understand why the people donated to this so far, because, hey, there are good people out there, but there's a lot of people who get suckered. But remember, look at this. Comments on this post have been limited. Oh, my God. How can that happen? Again, returning back to this article, math ain't mathing was this one. You guys literally have so much money. You could donate it and make it back within a year. That is true. It's got about 10,000 likes. The same clip was reshared to Winfrey and Johnson's TikTok accounts and included a donation button where TikTokers could make direct contributions. Winfrey's upload received 834,000 views and just 11,000 likes, unusually low for a video with this many views, compared to over 53,000 comments, many of which shared a similar sentiment on those on Instagram. I support Maui and the cause, but why are you asking us common folk who live paycheck to paycheck? We struggle to put food on the table. Who helps us? Again, we're helping out Ukraine, but we're not helping out Maui. We're helping out Ukraine, but we're not helping out Flint, Michigan. We're helping out Ukraine, but not helping out East Palestine, Ohio. So see, look, I'm just, not to sound like a fancy lawyer, folks, but I'm just a simple guy from Chicago. I try and get by as best I can in a world understandably out of my control. And I don't know anyone from East Palestine, Ohio. I don't know anyone from Flint, Michigan. I don't know anyone from Maui, Hawaii. But I don't know, maybe it's the right thing to do to help out those people because they're U.S. citizens and they deserve help. They're entitled to help. They need freaking help. And our own government's abandoning them. And these celebrities now are asking you. That's right. If you're washing the dishes or drinking coffee or on the John right now, they're asking you for money. We're all broke. B-R-O-K-E. Broke. But hey, let's add a little bit of humor here. Found this wonderful video. I think there's a perfect breakdown of Oprah and her asking you for money.
And we're so concerned with what's happening in Maui. We thought we'd ask you to do something about it. You being other billionaires? No, just like regular normal people. Right, okay, but you're giving 10 million. Well, we've committed to giving 10 million. What does that mean? Well, we haven't actually given it yet, but we're committed to giving it via you. Sorry, what was that? We're committed to giving the 10 million through your donations. What?
Yeah, you got to give the money. You give the money. Poor people, give the money.
You say at the end there, we'd like you to donate, and that's how we'll get to the 10 million. I thought that you already pledged the 10 million. Well, we've sort of committed that on behalf of you. So you haven't given 10 million, then you've just set a goal of raising it. Well, so you've committed other people's money to your own charity you just set up. With disasters like this, the number one need is money. Aren't you a multi-billionaire? Well, yes. A billion is 1,000 million. And you have multiple billion. Yes. And you also own 2,000 acres in Maui. Don't you have both the means and the moral obligation to help the community you live in? Hello? Oprah? Guys, I think she's Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. Hey, when you Mitch McConnell, that's what happens. That's what happens indeed, folks. And unfortunately, folks, we're in a time where celebrities think that they can still dictate to us how we should feel and think. And there's a lot of investigations into this. But the thing is, these politicians want to pretend that these tragedies mean nothing. I want to pull up this video segment. It's from Fox News. Again, there's always going to be the bias because they're going to be talking about climate change. But listen to the words of Biden, how indifferent he sounds. Because again, here he is in the aftermath of the hurricane that hit the people of Florida. And yes, the people of Florida need help. I don't think they're going to get it, but I do find it interesting that Biden showed up there kind of fast than compared to Maui. But whatever. I mean, hey, to be fair, he has yet to visit East Palestine, Ohio, and he has yet to go to Flint, Michigan. So, that's a thing. Maybe his handlers are realizing that, oh no, this doesn't look good. We're losing the favor of the people.
In 2.5 years, I've flown over more land burned to the ground as a consequence of wildfires than occupy the entire land of the state of Maryland, from down in New Mexico and Alabama all up into Montana and around. It's been devastating.
Now, we can get into the stats. We could actually talk about the effects of natural disasters, their frequency and their severity, and actually put it into historical context and give you actual intelligence on whether or not this is an increasing problem in the United States. But that's not the point that I think is important to make in this moment, is that I'm sick and tired of politicians standing on the graves of dead children in the case of school children, school shootings, or natural disasters where towns are burnt to the ground or destroyed by hurricane and using it as a moment to ghoul and pimp for their politics. It's beyond grotesque to.
Well, okay, hey, you sound righteously angry. Why don't you hang out with Hardlands Media more? But look, if you're starting to wake up to this now, as everyone should, this is what these politicians do. Now, the thing is, after all these disasters, one would think that we would start investing more into our infrastructure to start protecting the people from earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons, wildfires. I mean, again, we have to build the proper defenses as we build our civilization up. We need to start upgrading our infrastructure, which the United States hasn't done. And we've covered numerous videos about why our infrastructure is crumbling and falling apart. The people of Maui were failed. Their infrastructure failed. The people in positions of power failed them. And we've seen this over and over again in numerous examples all across this country, whether you live in a red state or a blue state. But I also want to pull up this video here as well, because again, an investigation is taking place. Whether or not there was criminal wrongdoing in the Lahaina wildfire. Now, again, shout out to some of our viewing members from Hawaii who actually introduced me to this local news source. It's Hawaii News Now, and obviously, folks, I think it's important that we hear this perspective. But are you hearing this on mainstream media at all? Let's play it.
Has hired an independent third party to investigate the Maui fires. The AG's office contracted the nationally renowned Fire Safety Research Institute out of Maryland to look into the cause, response, and aftermath of the August 8th disaster. A team has been on the ground there for the last 2 weeks, surveying the damage and conducting interviews.
The Attorney General made it very clear that if anything gets uncovered that happens to be criminal or that could be, our responsibility is to pass that information on to her and let her office act on that.
Look, they could find that the fire started.
Now, again, these fires were the most devastating fires in U.S. history. Now, they're saying the death count is like, what, around 115, 120? Look, let's stop screwing around here. There's 1,000+ people missing, still missing. Many people burnt to cinder. Their bodies will never be recovered because they have been burnt. But I find it odd just how quick and devastating these fires were. Added on to the point, there was a massive hurricane that was also taking place. These fires systematically destroyed an entire community. Many months before this fire hit, there was talk about turning Lahaina into a smart city. Now, I'm all for investing into the people. But see, the thing is, because I'm from Chicago and I've seen this kind of talk before, what's hidden underneath that talk of reinvestment in smart cities is gentrification and displacement. Now, Chicago, we have seen firsthand many communities on the south and west sides being displaced. That's what's also going to probably happen to the people of Maui and Lahaina specifically. And I'm going to tell the people, hey, you got to work together because those vulture capitalists are going to be coming in here along with their celebrity friends, and they're going to try and put a fresh coat of paint over this disaster. They're going to do it. I see the same tactics. I've seen this before. I've been doing this independent media stuff since 2017. I know what this word looks like. And the thing is, sometimes what people don't tell you is, oh my goodness, a house caught on fire, or a whole block caught on fire, or uh-oh, there's a whole bunch of lead pipes. Oh, surprise, surprise, it's not safe. You people got to move out. Not the first time. And you think it's only happening in Chicago. It's happening nationwide. Gentrification is a very real monster.
from the power lines. They could find that someone started a fire elsewhere. They could find that fire started and then reignited. They could find anything. And once they do find that, we will get their comprehensive reports.
The Fire Institute's full report will be released in about a year. A cat.
So in about a year. Now, look, I think we all like to see stuff about cats, but we're not going to be watching that. About a year. So a year from now. A year from now. A lot can happen in a year. But what I find reassuring and ever so hopeful, for at least for my heart and my soul, and probably for yours as well, is that on their social media posts, Oprah and The Rock are being dragged by the people. And I don't care where you stand on the political spectrum or what generation you're part of or who you worship, the color of your skin, how you vote. I don't care. I don't care. But one thing I have noticed is people coming together and calling out these millionaires and billionaires for the fact of, hey, you got so much money, you could actually help out the people. Instead of building up the infrastructure, why don't you actually, one, build the infrastructure and then donate your money to the people? Why are you asking us common folk for money? You do understand, Oprah and The Rock, that it's pretty rough out there. Now, and to be fair, hey, The Rock and the Oprah, we're at the bottom too, but I think they forgot what it's like to be at the bottom of the totem pole. You're asking regular people for money. That's a no bueno. That ain't gonna happen. All right. It ain't the 1950s. It ain't any time where we have a booming and hustling economy. That ain't the thing happening no more. Okay. That's not gonna happen at all. And the audacity of those two asking you for money to help out the people of Maui, it should be the government and these rich people helping out the people of Maui. Because the people of Maui are still struggling. In that earlier video that I was playing, again, that is just a local community helping out the local people. Where's our federal institutions? Where are our state and local leaders? Where are they? Where are they? Well, what they're doing, and this might be a little controversial, and maybe I'm being too villainous. Maybe I'm being too mean. And if I am, hey, that's why I have you, the audience, to correct me. But I think a lot of these local leaders, these state politicians, these federal politicians are just rubbing up their hands and waiting and waiting and waiting for that big slice of cake known as real estate, money, and backstabbing the people, because that's what they do. It's U.S. politics 101. It's U.S. business 101. People of Maui, you have to come together. And I know that the spirit of aloha is strong, but the fight is only beginning. And unfortunately, it's us, the people, who are by ourselves. No billionaire, no millionaire, no politician is going to come riding down from the hill to save us. That's what you get in the storybooks and in the movies. They're fiction, they're fantasy. That's not how the world works. The real heroes are us, the people. Shout out to Pasta, who's on the ground there. He's doing more video work, trying to get the story about what's happening in Maui. And I urge all of you to please follow him on his social media. And now more than ever, we need independent media to cover the stories. And to think, with that last video segment, in 1 year, we'll find out if there was criminal wrongdoing. So much can happen within a year.